Hello everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage and Marvelous Monday. I'm Leslie Watkins. Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to continue with our nature journal. I showed you this last week. This is a upcoming workshop that I have that has been previously announced. It's been a little bit postponed and delayed because I am moving my classes onto a new platform. So I thank you so much for your patience while I'm getting everything organized. It's going along pretty well, but it takes some time. It's a lot of uploading of videos and other supporting stuff and figuring out a new system. So it's taken me longer than I expected, but I've gotten a lot done so far. So stay tuned for more on that. And if you'd like to learn about my nature journal workshop, you can go to my website at dandelioncottagedesign.com and please subscribe to Notes from Dandelion Cottage. And when you subscribe to Notes, I will be able to send you all of the announcements for the Watercolor Card Club, which is a monthly subscription club, the various workshops like the nature journaling workshop, the box making workshop, the pop-ups workshop, and the upcoming beginning watercolor 6-week course. So there's a lot coming up. I'm getting all of these files organized and sorted, and I'm going to begin sending out announcements soon. So please do subscribe to Notes so that you can be alerted to all of these things as they become available. So let's get started. Here's my nature journal. And what I've been doing is I've been bringing you these Facebook Lives 3 times a week, so on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And I've generally been doing a simple, kind of a simple stamping presentation on Mondays. On Wednesday, it's Watercolor Wednesday, where I show you something that I'm painting in either watercolor or water-based inks. And then on Saturdays, I've been doing a little more of a advanced paper crafting project. So if you look back on last Saturday, there was a video that I posted on making a box. Actually, it was the decoration. So this is the video I did last Saturday, and you can see now I've taken that decoration and I've glued it onto the top of this box. And this is a perfect size for note cards. You can fit a nature journal in it. You can fit your pop-up cards. It's 1 inch deep. So you can go back and look at that if you'd like. And I will be announcing the new pop-up card workshop that goes along with this. But what I thought I would do for spring, and because this is the beginning of the blooming season here where I live in Northwest Connecticut, is that I would dedicate this little journal just to flowers. And last week we did the magnolia, which is here. And this was stamped and done with watercolor pencils, and then I stamped the statement of the heart here, which I absolutely love. I'll give you a close-up of this. This is the Stampin' Up! Statement of the heart. And this is one of the reasons why I was drawn to Stampin' Up! To begin with, because I've been teaching people to paint with watercolor for many, many years, decades. And the way this reads is to love what we do and share what we love, and as we help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments. In this we make a difference. And this is the Stampin' Up! Statement, but it's also exactly how I feel about how what I do when I help people to get started on their artistic journey. So this really spoke to my heart, and so I started off my nature journal with that sentiment. But you know, you can leave these pages blank. You can decorate them any way you like. You can write poetry. You can write your observations from the garden, or you know, just whatever comes to mind. So I'm going to go to the next page today, and I will have all of the instructions on how to make these nature journals in the class. And the stamp set I want to use today is Forever Blossoms, and I'm going to be using this cherry blossom stamp here and a couple of others. Now, when this set came out a year or two ago, it also came out with this set, which is no longer available. This is called Parisian Beauty. But I keep these together because at one time they were released together. And as I was looking at this, I realized that I really like this sentiment very much. It says, follow your heart, it'll take you to incredible places. So I'm going to use that sentiment today. If you don't have this set, just look through your stamps and find something you like. And if you're someone who's practicing your calligraphy and doing some beautiful calligraphy writing in your journal, then you can just go online and Google things like nature quotes, and you will be brought to all sorts of websites that have loads and loads of nature quotes that you can select from or write your own. So I'm going to begin by doing a little bit of stamping. And this is very vanilla cardstock. If you are just getting started, I will be posting below some of the basic tools that you can use to follow along with what I'm doing. I'm just going to be using a few odds and ends, but there will be a complete list and some suggested stamps and things that you may be interested in on my online store. And all you need to do is click on the button. It'll take you right there. But I will post that after I do the video today because this video is live. Alright, so the ink I'm using is Crumb Cake, and I'm also going to be using some dies. So these are the rectangle stitch dies. I'm going to use this long one because that will fit nicely on there, and I just want to make sure it's a little too small. So, stamp this here. And you can see how beautifully that came out. And while I have the ink opened, I'm also going to take this little flower, this single flower, and stamp that a few times. And I think that's all I need right now. I may want to do a little more afterwards, but let's get started with this. So the first thing I want to do is cut out my sentiment using my rectangular stitch die. And I'm I'm just grabbing my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Hey Christine, nice to see you. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to put this on this side so I can see what I'm doing. If you don't have one of these cut and emboss machines and you're interested in getting one, contact me because I may be able to offer you a better deal if you decide that you might want to join my team, because when you join my design team, you are entitled to free classes, my team meetings. I meet regularly with my team on Zoom, challenges, swaps, but you also get a discount on supplies and tools. So if that's something you might be interested in, let me know. So there's my sentiment. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to give my flowers a little bit of a coloring. And what's this? Let's try that one. That's Calypso Coral. These are the watercolor pencils. These will also be listed below and are available in my online store. So I'm just going to take my Calypso Coral and I'm just going to put a little bit of just a tiny blush of color. So I'm going in the center, a little bit in the shadow areas, and I'm going very, very lightly. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in the centers. Warm that up a little bit. And then I'm taking my white pencil. I'm just going to brighten up those petals a tiny bit. And this is the Stampin' Chalk marker. This is a white marker, and it's a little bit brighter than the colored pencil. And I'm just going to put a couple of strokes in the highlight areas. And if you're unsure of how to model form and use light and shade and values, you may want to check out that beginning watercolor course. Even if you're using watercolor pencils or water-based inks, you'll get a lot out of it, and it'll help you to make really good decisions when it comes to coloring in your forms. Alright, so I think that's enough for those flowers. And I'm using the Small Bloom Punch, which is about to retire. So if you want one of these, now is the time to get it. And I'm just going to pop these out. Okay, so that's that. Now let me get my journal. And see how I want this to be. Since I had the sentiment on the right hand page on the previous one, I might want to put this on the left hand side to vary it, or maybe down here. I'm going to put it right in the center over there. Okay. I'm doing tone on tone stamping. So the pages in this book are crumb cake. So I'm using the crumb cake ink pad. The inks and these papers coordinate perfectly. So if you want to get that kind of a tone on tone look, this is a great way to do that. So I'm going to start on this side, and I think I'll do this a little bit at an angle. Give that a good press. Beautiful stamp. I'm going to flip it over the other way and put this over here. And I'm going to add a little bit more. So this time I'm going to get out my piercing pad to make sure I don't get ink on my surface. I'm going to go off the page over here, just like that. All right. I'll get my pencils back out again. So again, I'm going with the Daffodil Delight, a little Calypso Coral, and I'm also going to take some green pencils. So I've got my Granny Apple Green and my Old Olive. I'll take the white again, and I'm going to grab some Coastal Cabana as well. All right, so I'm just going to go very lightly over the leaves, give them a little bit of a color tone. And starting with my lighter green, the Granny Apple Green. mixing in a little bit of Coastal Cabana with the Granny Apple Green here. And then my Old Olive. And I'm just going in little circular motions. I'm not applying very much pressure at all. Here we go. And then I'm going to go into my blossoms with my Calypso Coral. I'm going very, very light. I just want a tiny bit, hardly anything at all. I missed a leaf. Get that leaf in. And then I'm going to go back into my centers with the yellow. And again with the white. Now I'm being careful to put the white only in very specific places. Oh, I see there's a lot of you have joined. Hi, Ginger. Let's see, Christine is saying something. Oh, the stamp set. This is called, let me get it out for you. Forever Blossoms. It's really pretty. It has these beautiful cherry blossoms, has these very, very useful sentiments. I mean, it's just a great set. And I discovered that the small bloom punch works very well with this single flower. It's not perfect. It wasn't designed to accommodate this flower, but it works perfectly well. So I really like it a lot. And it will be in the new catalog too. So that's a good set to have. It would be a great Mother's Day card too. All right, now I'm going to use my blender pen to do a little bit of blending. Just want to see how these look. I don't know. I think I like it just as it is. But I will go back into the white areas with my Stampin' Chalk marker. Okay. Okay, I think that's our coloring done. I'm just blending together the two greens on the leaves. Okay, so there's my spread across the two pages. Now I'm going to add my sentiment, and this is going to be placed right here. Something like that. Let's see, do I want to do it here? Yeah, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna raise it up. This is the multi-purpose liquid glue. And what's so great about this glue is not only does it work really, really well, but it will not cause the paper to yellow or get brittle. So it's a great glue to use with your paper crafting. And I'm going to put this right there. Get that straight. Give that a little bit of a burnish. Make sure that the glue is nice and distributed and flat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little flowers that I punched out and I'm just going to give them a little press in the center to make the petals curl up a tiny bit. I'm missing one. Where'd it go? Oh no. All right, there it is. There were two together. Okay, so to attach these, I'm going to use glue dots. So I'm just going to peel off a little glue dot, place that on the back of the flower, and then I'm going to put that right where this other flower in the design is, and let that overlap my sentiment a little bit. I'm going to get another glue dot for this flower. Put that right on top of the flower that's here. And now I have a choice to make. I can either put it here or put it here, and I think I'm going to put it with this flower there. All right. So there is the page for today. Now I could add some embellishments. Let's see what I have here. I don't want anything too big because it's in the book and I want the book to lie flat, but I think these tiny little champagne gemstones will work. So if I take the smallest ones, make sure I get the glue with it. Put that right in the centers. Okay, so there is my layout for this week. Follow your heart. It will take you to incredible places. So that's my message to myself and to you all today. Follow your hearts. Have a wonderful week. And I will see you next on Wednesday at 12 noon live for Watercolor Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in finding out more, come back after I post all the links under the video today, and you'll be able to subscribe to notes from Dandelion Cottage at www.dandelioncottagedesign.com. Stay well, stay happy, and stay creative.